Light. What is this thing we so often speak of called light? We make some very astounding claims for it, do we not? Well, in my experience and in my understanding, I find that this is a very powerful and real energy. It is known among the higher beings, or the beings of higher understanding, I should say, as an energy containing all life-giving substance. And it is drawn from the atmosphere. Perhaps I should not use that word. It is quite difficult to find words to express some of these things, but this energy exists throughout space, throughout all eternity. It is something that is found everywhere, no matter where you are. It is there, and you have only to call upon it. In other words, through your own thinking, your own thought power, you bring this energy into concentration about you, or about someone, or something which you asked to direct it to. Do I make myself clear? It's not really something that you create, for it is there. It is always there. It is everywhere. It is the energy of the universe upon which all things depend. Without this energy, you could neither exist in the physical or as even a spiritual being, for it is the life-giving energy of all things of the universe, all of creation. By bringing this into concentration, you are increasing its power, or rather bringing more of it together. I'm trying to gather some words here which would make or bring to you the realization of how this great power works. You might compare it to your electricity, for instance. This you are somewhat familiar with. You can have in a circuit of electricity either a low voltage or a high voltage. The higher you increase the voltage, the more power you have. In other words, you are concentrating more of this energy in one place, so to speak. And with light, it is quite the same. The more of it you can bring into concentration, the more effective it becomes. It is possible to concentrate enough of this energy about you to create a field that would be impenetrable. It would work somewhat as the field around a spaceship. In a spaceship, a field of energy is created around the craft at all times. Nothing in space can touch the surface of the craft because of the field of energy that is created about it. You could push your hand as hard as you could against the side of the craft, but you could not touch the surface of the craft itself, for this field of energy would not allow you to do so. A similar force of energy, if concentrated enough about you, would serve as a protective wall about your being. Nothing could touch you. Is this not something, my friends? If we learn to concentrate enough of this energy about us, nothing in the world, nothing in the universe could bring harm to you physically. There are many ways of concentrating this energy. Those who have higher understanding of science are able to do this scientifically through what you would call, I suppose, mechanical means, or being done through a device of some nature. But it is not necessary to have this sort of method, for you can do it through your own mind concentration, through visualization, visualizing. It is possible by visualizing and concentrating, calling forth this energy, to build it about you to where it can actually be seen by the spiritual eye, as you call it, and in some concentrated forms it can even be seen by your physical eyesight. But there are certain laws of nature, universal laws, that are also effective in controlling of these energies. Love is one of these. For when you are using the universal laws, if you are using them in an attitude of love, devotion, humility, reverence, your concentration or your power to concentrate this energy is increased as many-fold. Love, as is known and referred to by earth people, is not what I speak of. It is quite difficult to put into words just what we mean when we speak of love. I should say that it is more of a reverence, a feeling of oneness with all creation, with all things of nature, of the trees, of your sisters and brothers, of man, of the animal world, of the planet, of the planets, a oneness of the universe. A feeling of great reverence, so to speak, and feeling a part of all of this, and knowing that you are a part of all of this, and that you are responsible in a minute way for all of this creation. Therefore, you feel you have rather a feeling for it, that you are part of it, somewhat as you feel that you are a part of your children. It is more of the love that you feel for your children, but it is still quite not the same for earth people. Have a tendency to feel a possessive love for their children. And this, my friends, is not a true love. For we have to realize that these children are not for us to possess, but rather they are a part of all of this creation. We are merely instruments for them to manifest into a physical, chemical expression of life, and that they are only a part of us in relation to this chemical, physical world, so to speak. But this is the closest thing in your expression here in the physical, chemical life expression to real love. I know that there are many parents who do have this type of love for their children. However, there are the other kind too, who do not realize that they are a separate expression of life and must express in their own way. But really, love is something you cannot really understand until you come into a thorough realization of it and have really begun to feel this, a oneness with all creation. I feel that I have not made myself clear on this, but it is a most difficult thing to try to put into words that can be clearly understood.